I didn't believe the story at first. I didn't believe what people said about Chioma. Not until the night I saw her standing behind the school at 2 a.m., barefoot, her school uniform dirty, her hair blowing even though the air was still. She wasn't alone. There was a tall, thin shadow beside her. Not her shadow. Something else. Something whispering her name like it owned her. Chioma smiled at it. And that smile has haunted me since that night. I never planned to be part of any strange story. I came to the adult learning secondary school just to finish my exams. That's all. When Chioma joined our class, everyone noticed her. She was 25 but very shy, carrying her backpack like she wanted to disappear. Her knit plaits bounced gently when she walked. She always looked like someone expecting danger. She didn't talk much. When she spoke, her voice was low and careful, as if she was afraid the air might judge her. People whispered. They said she had problems at home. They said she was controlled. They said men around her always had strange endings. I didn't believe any of it. I thought it was just gossip. Emeka joined as our NYSC English teacher. Clean uniform. Calm face. He was strict about attendance but kind to everyone. Except he watched Lade with a worried look sometimes. Like he knew something wasn't right. One afternoon I overheard two women saying an older man named David used to be in Chioma's life. The way they said his name made me uneasy. Chioma's father was known in town. Hard man. Tough voice. He wanted her to marry a man named Namdi. Not for love. For business reasons. Namdi visited the school once. Dark skin, sharp beard, fancy clothes. He looked at everyone like we were beneath him. When Chioma saw him, she froze like her blood turned cold. Creed joined our evening class later. Calm. Soft smile. Always polite. He sat beside Chioma one day, and she didn't move away. That was rare. One day during break, I saw Chioma in the corner behind the classroom, talking softly. But there was no one there. When she walked away, her shadow looked delayed. Like it didn't want to follow her. Like it was thinking on its own. I told myself my eyes were tired. I didn't want problems. Emeka started asking Chioma if she was okay. She always said yes, but her eyes said no. Someone said David once took her to a strange herbalist. Someone else said Namdi used black charms. People loved adding sugar and pepper to stories, so I ignored them. Creed told me once, quietly, she's not safe. I thought he meant her home. I didn't know he meant something darker. One evening I forgot my book in class. When I returned, I saw Chioma behind the school. She was barefoot. Walking slowly. Talking to the empty darkness. I heard a whisper. Faint. But real. It said her name. The next morning Chioma had a dark mark on her wrist. She hid it under her shirt sleeve, but I saw it. It looked like burnt skin. He called her outside and spoke to her family. She shook her head and said, "It's already following me." I didn't hear the rest. A stray dog wandered into the school. When it saw Chioma, it growled, then whimpered, then ran away so fast dust flew behind it. That was not normal. That night I dreamt of Chioma calling me from under a mango tree. When I woke up, her name was scratched lightly on my wall. I live alone. News broke the next day. David died. Screaming. Calling Chioma's name. People started avoiding her. Her father dragged her to prayer houses. They prayed until her voice cracked. She came back quieter. Too quiet. A tall woman with bright eyes came looking for Chioma. No one knew her. She left without saying a word. Emeka asked again if she needed help. Her lips trembled. She whispered, I am not the one in danger. Namdi arrived in his shiny SUV. He called her like she was property. She refused to come near him. He drove away angry. That night, Namdi crashed into a ditch. He survived, shaking. He told his family he saw the girl in a school uniform standing in the road. We knew who he meant. Creed begged Chioma to let him help her. She looked scared of losing him. The big mango tree behind the school split open overnight. Like something tore out of it. I went out to buy water one night. I saw Chioma and something tall standing beside her. It wasn't a person. I ran before it noticed me. Chioma told Creed something happened when she was younger. Something binding. David made a spiritual pact using her name. He tied her to a spirit. Now the spirit wanted full ownership of her life. Her father allowed it back then. He thought it would help her marry into wealth. He didn't know it would turn into this. Namdi knew the story too. That's why he insisted on marrying her. Not love. Power. Creed said, she's not alone. He said it like a promise. One night a chant echoed around the school. Nobody was there. Burn marks appeared behind her desk the next morning. They weren't shoe prints. They were long. Like claws. Namdi vanished one night. Only his phone was found near the old shrine. People said he screamed before going silent. The old shrine in the bush broke down like something pushed from inside. She began shaking in class. Her voice faded. Creed with her everywhere. Emeka contacted elders from nearby villages. Old men with deep eyes and slow steps came to help. They started a cleansing ritual. The air turned cold. A deep voice spoke from Chioma's throat. Too late, it said. One elder fainted instantly. Her father collapsed at home. Doctors said his body was fine. Spiritually, he was not. The dark mark on her wrist stretched up her arm like roots. The shadow behind her became huge. It didn't match her shape. Chioma told me, don't go behind the school tonight. Her voice wasn't hers. Something grabbed Emeka by the throat in the staff room. He survived, terrified. Creed said, we must leave this place now. He took her at dawn. They boarded a small bus out of town. We prayed for them. People said a tall figure ran after the bus, faster than any human. Chioma called me from the moving bus. She whispered, it's inside. The call cut off with a scream. We called back. The line was dead. We searched every road and path. We found the bus. Empty. Bound footprints led into the forest. Creed lay on the ground, breathing weakly. He said, it took her. A huge tree in the forest snapped clean in half. That night, I heard Chioma's voice whisper in my ear. She wasn't there. Emeka found an old book saying a spirit tied by name can be broken by a name cleansing ritual. We had one chance. We gathered behind the school at night. We lit candles. We held hands. A wild wind rose, angry and sharp. Two screams tore through the air. One human. One not. A bright flash knocked us to the ground. She came out of the tree slowly, walking like someone waking from a dream. She smiled at us. Soft. Gentle. But wrong. Not her real smile. Her eyes were darker than before. Too dark. Creed ran to hug her. She stepped back. Her mouth moved but the spirit spoke. She is gone. We realized it didn't leave her. It only took full control. Her shadow stretched across the ground like a living thing. Emeka shouted lines from the book. The spirit laughed through her. The soil cracked beside us. Heat rose from below. We ran in all directions. The shadow chased us like smoke. A sudden wall of fire rose between us and the spirit. It stopped moving. We didn't know who made the fire. When the fire died, Chioma was gone. Nobody. No sound. Her school uniform lay neatly on the ground. Creed cried loudly. Like he lost his whole world. Maybe he did. That night I heard tapping on my window. 3 taps. Slow. When I opened the curtain, a shadow moved away. This morning, I found a message written under my door. It said, "I am not done." The handwriting was Chioma's. But I knew it wasn't her. I did not sleep that night. The note stayed under my door until morning. I didn't touch it. I was afraid it would touch me back. By noon, the words on the note had changed. It now said, "Why are you afraid?" The handwriting was still Chioma's. We went to check on Creed. His room was empty. His phone was on the bed, still ringing. Emeka looked pale when he heard. He said, it didn't live with her. He meant the spirit. Classes resumed like nothing happened. But something was wrong. Every time attendance was taken, one extra name echoed. Chioma. Her seat stayed empty. But sometimes, the chair moved by itself. At night, footsteps walked the school corridors. Bare feet. Slow. Dragging. I saw her at the school gate. Same uniform. Same face. But she did not blink. She said my name like she missed me. Her voice sounded wrong, like 2 voices talking together. I ran home. My door slammed shut on its own. That night, my reflection smiled before I did. Behind me in the mirror, someone stood. Emeka told me the truth. The ritual didn't fail. It split the spirit. One part left with Chioma. The other stayed. And it needed a new place. At midnight, my phone rang. It was Creed's number. He whispered, "She is not Chioma anymore." The same bus from before appeared near the school. Old. Rusty. Engine running. No driver. The bus door opened by itself. Inside, the seats were wet. Not with water. Names were scratched on the glass. David. Namdi. And now, mine. A student collapsed during class. His shadow didn't fall correctly. It stood up after he died. People started leaving town. Cars broke down. Buses refused to start. The roads would not let us go. She walked into the school compound at noon. Everyone froze. She smiled. Her feet didn't touch the ground. Her shadow moved before she did. She said, "You broke the door. Now I am many." Creed stepped out from behind her. Alive. But his eyes were empty. They wanted us to follow. And some people did. Those people never came back. Emeka said the spirit fed on fear and names. If it took your name, it could wear you. That night, something whispered my full name. Only my mother used to say it like that. Behind the school, the earth cracked open. Hot air rose out. The mango tree bled sap like blood. Her skin cracked like dry mud. Something moved inside her, trying to come out. Chioma was not possessed anymore. She was gone. Her body was just a door. Emeka burned the ritual book. He said the words out loud. The spirit screamed. Creed fell to the ground, shaking. He cried like a child. He remembered everything. The spirit tore itself apart. Shadows ran in all directions. The night screamed. Suddenly, everything stopped. No wind. No sound. We found Chioma's uniform again. This time, it was warm. Like someone just left it. We turned around. Emeka was missing. Only his NYSC cap remained. Written on the chalkboard was one sentence. IT needs a witness. That was me. I saw everything. I survived. That made me useful. Shadows still move wrong sometimes. Mirrors still lag. Names still feel heavy. I am posting this because it wants me silent. If I stop typing, it gets closer. If you ever hear your name whispered when you are alone, do not answer. Because it might not be calling you. It might be trying to wear you next. I heard it clearly this time. Not the spirit. Chioma. Her voice was weak, like someone shouting underwater. Everyone said she was gone. But I knew better. The spirit wore her body, but it didn't own her soul. Mirrors around town started cracking by themselves. Inside the cracks, I saw Chioma's eyes. Blinking. Watching. Trapped. Every time Chioma tried to speak, the shadow twitched. Like it was in pain. An old man came to the school gate. He said, when a spirit wears a living soul, the soul can still fight. But only once. Chioma had one chance. If she failed, she would disappear forever. If she succeeded, something worse might happen. Creed remembered everything now. He said, she's calling me from inside. At exactly 3 a.m., every dog in town howled. At the same time, all shadows moved toward one place. Behind the school. At the mango tree. The moon turned red behind clouds. The wind circled the tree like a storm. This wasn't normal anymore. This was war. She stepped out of the darkness. Uniform torn. Bare feet bleeding. Face calm. Too calm. It said, she is quiet now. But Chioma smiled. And shook her head. One eye stayed dark. The other was hers. Chioma screamed. Not in fear. In anger. The ground shook. The shadow peeled away from her body like burnt skin. It screamed. Not human. Not animal. I don't know how, but I saw it. Chioma standing inside darkness, holding her own name like a rope. Pulling. It tried to silence her. It tried to break her mind. But she held on. Creed shouted her name. Not loud. But true. The spirit screamed, stop saying it. Names were power. For one moment, she controlled her body again. She turned to us. Smiled softly. Her real smile. She said, don't come closer. Her voice was hers again. She knew what had to be done. The spirit could not be destroyed. Only sealed. The seal needed a living door. Someone willing. She chose herself. Creed screamed for her to stop. She didn't. She just looked at him. And nodded. Chioma carved symbols into the dirt with her fingers. Blood mixed with earth. The air screamed. The shadow wrapped around her again. Trying to pull her apart. Inside herself, Chioma pushed back. She remembered who she was. Not what they used her for. Not what they planned for her. Who she was. With one final scream, she pulled the spirit fully inside her. And slammed the door shut. Everything stopped. Wind. Shadows. Voices. Gone. A soft light rose from the ground. Not holy. Just peaceful. Chioma's body collapsed. Still. Too still. Creed held her, crying, begging. The spirit was sealed, but it was sealed inside her, forever. Emeka appeared from the trees, older, tired. He said, "She is the luck now. As long as Chioma lives, the spirit sleeps." The town returned to normal. No shadows, no whispers. People forgot. Sometimes Chioma looks far away, like she's listening, holding something back. At night, she stands by the window, calm, still. A shadow rests at her feet, not moving, waiting. She won. But if she ever lets go, we all lose. They said the town healed. They said the fear passed. They said Lade survived. They were not wrong. But they were not right either. Chioma still walks among us. She still breathes. She still smiles. But she never sleeps without the light on. Sometimes, in the quiet, she presses her hand to her chest and holds her breath, like someone holding down a door from the inside. Creed close to her. He never asks what she hears. He already knows. Chioma stands by a window at night. Streetlight behind her. Her reflection looks back. The reflection blinks. She does not.